our meeting to order at 9:47 a.m. We'll open with pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Cyber Bob over there going on.
Right after it. That's me in the cannon there. I could take it.
Yep, I can just see that.
Yeah. Would be good afterwards, because it wouldn't.
And that's not a helmet on his head right there, that's Bob's.
That's my head, yeah.
That's right.
Ready to roll.
But out the snow a little
For
bit.
sure. Okay, here's the budget adjustments. There are a number of them. There's one for increased revenue. Bridge payment was made yesterday, I noticed.
Yep, that was the first bridge payment,
Mhm.
$143,000.
Yeah. So, that's it. Anybody want to open any of them up?
Is there a motion to approve budget adjustments?
We'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Okay, if there's no further discussion, proceed.
Jeff Myers?
Yes.
Bob Hosta?
Yes.
Glenn Miller?
Yes, budget adjustments have been approved. Last night after I got home, I went through the regular bills,
Mm-hmm.
and there wasn't anything abnormal in there.
Okay, I checked them this morning, and there was nothing there just as of this morning, but we'll check again right now when we're done.
There was bills in there from the Juvenile Detention Center and back.
Okay.
She's
Apparently
well, she was sending us the wrong email. She called me, she goes, I haven't gotten any invoices, but or somebody said that she's kind of new.
Yes.
So I go, no problem, just gonna.
Gail Hilkert is a former CFO type individual, and she did work with this new lady. I haven't even met her yet. She's been there a few months, Kim Grimes.
Yep, she had the wrong email she was sending them to.
Okay.
But
So we're caught up now with,
Yep.
with Juvenile Detention Center.
Good.
Judge Collier called me this morning and asked, purchased some plexiglass for probate. And he said he talked to Kevin. So I'm assuming they want to pay that out of probate. So I just want to make sure that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we should be able to recover that money from the CARES Act.
Great. And Tracy came over this morning. I said, well, we're going to kind of talk about it today. So I printed out a few items on that. Didn't work too difficult.
Here's the letter now.
No, the difficult part is getting it through the House. I don't think the governor will have problems signing it, but it's right now whatever disagreements going on between the House leadership and the Senate leadership.
Yeah.
What was that one for? Do you know?
Don't know.
Let's see.
I bet it's for computers.
I bet it is too. Zoom.
3CX is looking at.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
3CX.
So it's all put on the credit card.
Yeah.
What security?
Okay. Okay.
And particularly the Zoom, that is also COVID.
Okay.
Question. If we do this, with the Fair Board, which I think is a good idea. Was discussed later. Would that be a COVID expense?
My thought would be anything that they have to do additional,
Yeah,
where it would be the additional hand washing stations and
Yep.
and all that other stuff.
that would definitely.
Having additional staff there to do the cleaning,
Yep.
cleaning supplies. My thought would be yes.
So they should probably keep those expenses.
And
Those are cheaper.
just as soon as we find out for sure what the guidance is,
Yeah,
that may be something, because it is federally funded, that we can go ahead
right,
and,
right. I think it's all in that,
It's online.
that one you printed off, the one, I think it's laying in there. It's on there, because I started reading that yesterday.
it's pretty, at least at this point,
Yeah.
it's pretty broad. I don't think it's going to change because the money's already gone out to some.
Yeah, because, that's where all the sanitizing and wiping down and, yeah. And I did get to the point before I lost it. Reading it, but you have to make lines for people, just like in the grocery stores and stuff, I guess.
Mhm.
So if there would be food vendors or anything there.
Kind of like when you're reading through and the page just goes blank, dark. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Yeah.
You got there yet, Jeff? No? That's good.
I looked at this one a while ago, that's for 3 tasers, $3,500 for 3 tasers. Okay.
All right, is there a motion to approve then and now?
I will make that motion.
Second?
Okay, is there further discussion? Hearing none, Christie?
Jeff Myers?
Yes.
Bob Hudson?
Yes.
Glenn Miller?
Yes, then and now has been approved. Yeah, just as soon as, we get this, done, finishing up then and now, yes, on Zoom meeting.
If it's already done, it's about.
Okay.
So where the camera's at?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
That
I'll
was
rush
right.
right through
He
this.
came in here when I was making my coffee. That nice of him.
Yeah, what he wanted to quit, and he just wanted to get away from you.
He doesn't want to wake up and do that job. I just need to.
He doesn't?
Yeah, just somebody needs. Then he goes, do you know Glenn sees that? I go, yeah.
Sounds like a weekend project to put a window.
I think he's afraid.
When I saw that, Christie, I laughed. I thought, okay, let's see,
You gotta mess with them.
how long this goes, and
Stop by the office and they'll be in probably over the weekend or next weekend to get that cut out.
Yeah. Okay, well, Christie, why don't we do resolution C, the out-of-county travel for Johnson family?
This is for June.
Give it to Jeff. Yeah. You can just click start.
There's not a whole lot of travel there, just a couple.
Here we are.
Yeah, that's a pretty good looking group.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Bob, you need to get up there a little bit more.
There's a glare.
There's the glare, yeah. You can tell I'm here, look at that, baby. Ooh.
Sure.
Oh, my hair, oh my goodness. Makes sense.
I talked with Shannon. Must have been last week, sometime.
Okay.
I still gonna kind of maintain, she's happy with us. There's Donnell.
Hi. Morning.
Morning, Donnell.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I think he just,
He's froze.
yeah, we're unmuted.
Uh-huh.
Maybe it's really-
That she was all right with not opening. the Han Center yet.
Oh, she was, okay.
Yeah. It may be in the next week or so, we have a conversation about, how do we handle that? CIC would like to start having the meeting back in 107.
Yeah. Well, they can,
who's going to close it?
yeah.
So, that's my issue. Oh, there you are, Donnell, you froze for a little while.
Yeah, I went away and came back, I don't know. Internet connection, I guess.
Uh-huh. Your clerk isn't in charge of that, is she?
Yes, he's in charge.
Good morning, Sandy.
Good morning.
And we've got Penny Boswell.
How is everyone doing?
We're doing great.
Good.
Okay, how does that,
It's a beautiful day outside, my goodness.
Yes, it is, beautiful.
did you want to see this out of county travel?
No. It's my normal?
There's only two,
Okay.
compared to what it normally is.
Yeah, okay.
So would there be a motion to approve, out-of-county travel for job and family service?
I will make the motion.
A second.
Okay, is there further discussion? Again, as mentioned, significantly, maybe a quarter.
Now, what we normally.
That much. So with that being said, Christie?
Jeff Myers?
Yes.
Al Hoffman?
Yes.
Paul Miller?
Yes. I think you can get everybody. Go down to the bottom.
Where is it?
Just click on each.
This one? That mutes us.
No, go up.
Speaker view? Oh, yeah, there's speaker view, okay. But,
That will pop up. Just go back to where it was. Turn it off. There. You should be able to go to each individual window.
Kind of like
and
to
view
the
them
meeting right there.
and see where all that background is.
yeah, oh, right there, I can do that. Mute that one.
I don't think it's very,
Unmute that one. Mute that one.
that one there.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're muted. Go ahead and open us up.
yeah. Okay.
Don't waste time.
There, we got muted, so we have just a couple minutes yet.
Yeah. Oh, mute.
And if you want, we were getting a lot of background noise, so everyone except for the commissioners is muted. So when you're ready to speak, just go ahead and unmute yourself. And
Okay. Oh, it is 10 o'clock on there, okay.
okay, I do have 10 o'clock, and we have Sandy Kessler with Maumee Valley Planning Organization for the second public hearing for the CDBG fiscal year 2020 grant program, or known by many as the allocation money. So at this point, Sandy, I will turn it over to you.
Good, thank you. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
As Commissioner Miller mentioned, this is the second public hearing for the Community Development Block Grant Program Year 20 allocation funding. Henry County will receive a total of $150,000 in funding, $120,000 of which will be allocated for up to 4 projects. Commissioners, we have received 5 allocation applications for you to consider this morning. We have not received any neighborhood revitalization nor any competitive set-aside programs. The first project I'd like to share with you this morning is the Village of Dessler. They are interested in submitting a reservoir parking lot project. This project consists of making needed repairs to their heavily trafficked parking lot area, in addition to adding some square footage to that. They're looking at 675 square feet of what already exists, and then adding 50 square feet to that. The total cost of that project is $14,490, and the village is requesting $7,000 in funding. We have Donnell here. Do you have any questions of he or I on this project?
Sandy, just for your information, the commissioners were over in Denver last Thursday, and we looked at both projects, as well as looked at other projects that the village had done, and especially with, with the downtown grant, the community looks great. And so we're very familiar. We actually, the church walked through the church.
Okay.
So we've been up close and personal with them, with both.
Okay. Yeah. Well, and that demolition too that they have there on Maple, that's the other project. So it's ready to go. I understand Donnell had mentioned that they have, the owner has consented to donate to the land bank. Is that correct, Donnell?
Yeah, go ahead and
There you go.
Yes, they're willing to donate it to the land bank.
Okay, great.
Here with me, so I can do that.
All right. Any other questions on the Village of Deshler projects?
No.
no.
No, we don't have any.
Okay, I'll move forward to the Village of Melinta. The Village of Melinta also has a demolition that they are interested in submitting. That property is located at 309 Summit Street. They are currently working on securing the homeowner's consent to donate it to the land bank. Vicki is on the call. Vicki, do you have any further update on that?
No, I don't, not as far as the homeowner's consent.
Okay.
Okay. The total cost of this project, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead, Vicki.
I was gonna say, everything else is in place, we're just waiting for that.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Vicki, this is Glenn. Have you checked into the asbestos?
No, we have not.
Okay.
My
I didn't,
suggestion would be, if you want us to consider it, the commissioners, as well as the land bank to consider it, probably should have get permission from the owner to do whatever it's called, the asbestos survey, or have somebody come in and look at that.
okay,
Because it ends up the land bank, that's quite a liability, that there's no source of income if they take it, or agree to take it, and the county agrees to forgive the taxes, the land bank does not have a source of revenue to pay for something like that.
Commissioner Miller, we have budgeted, or if you're willing, because of the tight time frame, and if you choose to consider this project under the allocation, we have budgeted funding, or we could budget funding to complete the asbestos survey with potential abatement. Anything above that would then be the responsibility of the village. Just a thought and a suggestion as you make your decisions.
Yeah, and, since it's hard to make a decision with no request for money. I'll be real honest with you. So that could be real open-ended.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, let's move on.
Okay, The last two I'd like to share with you this morning come from the Henry County Senior Center. One of the things due to COVID-19 is the increase in overages and expenses as it relates to their Meals on Wheels program. With those increases of up to 25%, they're looking at purchasing a vehicle. A lot of their fleet is aging, and it's cost more to repair than to, they kind of exceeded their useful life. And so they're interested in submitting an application for funding to purchase a new truck that is equipped with the Meals on Wheels package. The total cost on that is estimated at $47,296. They are requesting $40,000 in CDBG funds to cover the truck expense. Also, to connect with their Meals on Wheels program, they're looking at, overages up to December 31st of 2021. Under the CARES Act, we're able to submit funding through allocation from the Office of Community Development under COVID and the CARES Act to support in that effort, providing there's no duplicating services. So they're looking at requesting $90,000 in funding for that effort.
If it's covered under the CARES Act, why are we looking at it through CDBG?
Well, this is something that OCD is encouraging communities to apply for funding using allocation funding. The CARES Act goes out to December 31st, so that's where we've projected those funds.
Is that part of the 120?
Yeah, it would be, yeah.
But the senior center could apply for that also, correct, under the CARES Act? Because I know we can apply.
I'm not sure. It's been a week or so since I've reviewed the CARES Act, so I'd have to go back and look at that. I don't.
Okay, just for those that are listening, we're just kind of we're all sitting here looking at the documentation that we've been given.
Let me see if I can.
Sandy, go over that again about the CARES Act. I was looking at this and they're suggesting that we ask for this money through this.
It's an option.
Okay.
It's an option. So I attended a webinar through OCD, and they're encouraging, Mary Oakley, the director of the Office of Community Development, is encouraging communities to utilize their funds, their allocation funds. They have the opportunity to use their allocation funds for COVID-related activities. So that's one component. Under the CARES Act, you're eligible to get reimbursed for expenses that are related to COVID.
Yeah.
Due to the Meals on Wheels program, they've experienced an increase of approximately 25%. So that way, they can recoup those additional expenses, providing there's no duplication of services. And Penny Bosselman had confirmed that these expenses would not be duplicating services. if we were to apply.
Oh, sure.
The other component under the CARES Act is that, we can go back, if I'm understanding it, and I'd have to read it again, we can go back to, when it was signed, which was like, what, March 27th of this year?
Yeah.
And then go to December 31st of 2021. So the senior center has estimated those expenses at that point.
Okay. Penny.
Does that clarify things a little bit more?
Penny, how much increase have you seen actually in your, in Meals on Wheels? Is it that much?
Yeah, we were averaging about 220 or so right before this, and we're sending out daily anywhere between, depending on the day, between 285, 290.
Okay, so.
Depending on, some days it's 70.
So do you think that this is a temporary increase? Because this is only one-time money here, you know, if we do this.
Yeah, Glenn, Bob, I was just, you know me, I was going after anything that's out there.
Sure.
And so, you know, with this CARES Act, with the 20 to 21, that's what we were looking at, is forecasting that amount for what that would be out there.
All right.
You know, and I'm going after, you know, other grants too, so.
Well, we're only looking, as far as CARES and, you know, looking through calendar year 20.
Yeah.
I would think, the senior center will open back up.
I would hope so.
And, so.
God, I hope so.
Yeah.
Well, it will.
Yeah.
And we should see, we'll see that offset. Would that increase be part of the congregate meals that we had been serving?
You know, I can't even guess, Glenn, what's gonna happen once we open back up, because I know there's gonna be people that, when we open, are still not gonna come in,
I
just
agree
based
with
on
that.
fear.
I agree
So I
with
look
that.
for our Meals on Wheels to be somewhere in between.
Yeah.
I'd say we probably go down by about half of what we increase.
Okay.
So I anticipate us to be up about 10 to 15% of what we were before this all started.
Sure.
But I know at least 10 to 15% of those people are itching to get back in here too.
Oh, yeah, as people see things, you're able to get back out, that will increase.
Yeah.
And it's always been our position is this is an exception. Our position has been, at least, Bob was part of that board, along with Commissioner Von Dielen, is that we live within our means. And, so it's concerning that if we do approve it, is that we're approving money out into 2021, for the Meals on Wheels program. Not that we're against the program. I think we deal with it, we deal with it as it comes.
Yeah.
It has been my thought, because this will be one-time money, and go ahead and grow the program to eat up whatever you're asking, $90,000.
Yeah.
And then at the end, coming back to commissioners, what do we do?
Yeah.
So keep in mind that there's other counties that, outside in normal circumstances, live within their means. They even often have waiting lists
Oh,
for
yeah.
people to get on.
Yeah. Yeah, that's,
So-
I gotta agree with Glenn, you know, if we build it up too much, and not saying everybody's like that, but there's some people that say, you know what, they've been bringing it to me this long, I'm just not gonna drive back up there, I'm just gonna stay at home. And that's my fear, Penny, I'm not against Meals on Wheels, but we can expand her out there, and we're gonna get trounced on, I'm afraid. That's my fear.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's, Penny, have you talked to area office on additional federal money?
We did get a little bit additional, you know, that's what I think you signed off on last week, you know, so that will, in essence, be about a month and a half, what we will extend from what we usually get from now.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm going after some Meals on Wheels grants too, and, you know, some different things like that. So, you know, but our big concern right now, even if we don't look at all the other CARES thing, is, you know, you all know you know, our trucks are just getting up there, and even going down to 4 days a week, you know, delivering. We have, you know, we do have the one new one coming, but we have 3 other ones knocking on the door at 100,000 miles, so.
Yeah.
And nowadays in vehicles, that's not a lot, except for, you know, when they idle half of the time.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yep, okay. Anything else, Sandy?
No, other than, you have before you the resolution to submit, the allocation application along with the environmental, to approve or review, approve, and sign, in order for us to, submit the application that is due June 17th.
Okay. What's that?
Other than that, that's all I have.
Also, another question, Sandy, and I've asked this every time we've done this, because I don't remember. When do we have to decide how we're funding the projects?
When?
Yeah. Before June 17th, right?
Is it
Before June 17th, I'd like to have everything, locked in place so that we can make the adjustments. If we could, look at sometime next, I gotta look at a calendar here.
I do too.
We're due
next week, like Thursday?
next Thursday, June 11th, if that would be okay. I want to try to give you as much time to make your decisions, but we're kind of under COVID.
Right.
We're kind of backed up a few weeks, so next Thursday or Friday would be fine.
Yep.
And the way it's going in Columbus, the people you've been talking to may not be there by June 11th.
Well, we do things electronically, so the application still has to be there.
Yeah. So, okay, yeah, we'll have a decision by the 11th.
Okay, very good.
Or maybe sooner.
We'll have it, yeah.
Yeah. I think we each have an idea, we just haven't sat down and put our ideas,
Yeah.
how we want to do things. Mm-hmm.
Sounds great. Well, I look forward to hearing what you would like for us to submit, and we'll move forward.
We'll get it done.
Okay.
All right.
Vicki, thank you for calling in. Penny, thank you. Donnell, it was good to see you. I think you've locked, oh, no, you did move. You were doing real well. We thought the screen had frozen up. And Sandy, we appreciate your help. One last thing. Is it Matt that's dealing with the 2 houses in, the one in, over Holgate for the demolition?
I believe he and Austin are yes.
Okay, could you have them get us an update and find out also what it's gonna take to ratchet it up? So we can get this wrapped up. It's kind of
Sure.
dragging along enough that, okay, let's get it done.
Do you happen to have the address?
It's Cherry Street.
Okay.
And County Road 13.
Thank you.
Holgate.
Okay, I'll follow up with them and have them connect with you.
All right, wonderful. Thank you, Sandy.
My pleasure. Have a good day, everyone. Stay safe.
Thanks.
And,
Take
Bye-bye.
care. See ya. You can just click.
yeah.
Click
Yep.
in. Yep.
Does Vicki have any other questions? Probably not. Do you think we're good enough with it? Okay. She's already said, call me when we're done.
Yeah, I don't think she understood that.
I'm wondering, well,
Reading, honestly, reading, you know, when you read through this,
yeah,
there's too much embellishment.
yeah,
We don't,
yeah,
and it's probably, of course, the way Molly Valley Planning does it, it's all form type,
yeah.
so, yeah. But, I've got, resolution D, and then we'll circle back and we can talk.
Yeah, we can. Let's get resolution D.
Resolution out of the way, so Eric will be here hopefully by 10:30. We have a resolution to authorize and direct the President of the Board of Commissioners to submit program year 2020 Community Development Program grant application for small cities community development block grant funds to the Ohio Development Service Agency. And that is the one known as, over the last, since I've been commissioner, is the allocation money, which comes to us now every 2 years instead of $75,000 a year.
Yep.
And so we've been allocated $150,000. $30,000 of that will be administrative costs, which gives us $120,000 to fund projects. And this would authorize me to sign the application and environmental review and the necessary documents. So would there be a motion?
I'll make that motion.
I would second that.
Okay, is there any further discussion on that? And for Jeff's information, pretty normal.
Yeah,
It's far enough apart, we forget. And even when it was every year,
Yeah.
we forget.
we had to ask a lot of questions. But, and usually, this is when the city of Napoleon would apply, and if you saw on that schedule up there, they would get, for some of them, but those are competitive then, so they had to get in line to get
Which
them.
doesn't affect that $150,000.
That doesn't affect the 150, yeah. That's a different pot.
Okay.
Same pot, different layer of money in there, so.
Gotcha.
Was that?
No one did that.
No, but they
I was
didn't.
really surprised.
Yeah, I'm kinda surprised they didn't go for it this year. Either, when I'm wondering if somebody forgot.
It could be.
The problem with going to 2 years is that's what happens, I think. You know, sometimes it gets falls off the radar.
And it's work that primarily has to be done in low and moderate
Yeah.
income areas, so.
Yeah.
So my
So,
question is, where did this Molina one come? Because in our presentation, it wasn't in the,
it wasn't there yet, no.
And
so this is new?
this is kind of, the last I had talked with Sandy, this is, Molina saw what Deschler was doing.
Yeah.
And jumped in on it.
Yeah,
Well,
They're
they're
not
not,
time now, or?
they aren't even ready. You know, and it's 309 Summit Street, I'm not sure. Yeah. That's what I was
no,
gonna
they're
do.
not.
It seems like they're out of time then.
You can see what, Deschler's been talking about this for a couple of years.
Well, Dexter's done their homework.
And even tearing it down longer than that. But through some of the stuff they've been, Donnell has, okay, here's how we do it. So to hopefully get it funded, he came in, Village invested in the asbestos study, which they were told, the study says there's none.
Gotcha.
The village is going to pay for the paperwork, the deed work to move it to the land bank. So that protects the land bank. And, and the land bank didn't want to move until there was a guaranteed funding source. So if there is now, the land bank will probably go ahead and begin to work with the county to, once the owner signs, can begin the process of taking over the property and move taxes. And then this whole thing can move through.
Gotcha.
But there's a fair amount of work that they have done and funded already. I know from the outside, when we look at it, it's, oh, yeah, we want to tear this place out. Well, you don't know, there's most, well, even us don't always know all that's required that's in the background. But, okay, with that said, if there's no further discussion or questions, proceed.
Jeff Meyer,
Yes.
Rob Hudson,
Yes.
Glenn Miller,
Yes, this resolution has been approved.
Are you kidding me?
No, good with that. Let me know that I'm right, or if I'm wrong, let me know.
don't you have a spreadsheet?
Huh? I just wrote it all down.
Can't find it.
Every time I
we
look
have
at my
good-
spreadsheet that's supposed to keep track of something for me, I click on the wrong thing and it goes, and it goes wrong.
Morning, Gary.
Good morning. I love the GIS.
Yeah, I know.
I
I wore it all through church last Sunday.
It's real handy. You what, for church?
All through church.
You were GISing?
No, wearing a mask.
Oh. I sang for church on Friday night for them to record it for Sunday morning, but I didn't wear a mask.
You know, that's how good those masks are. I didn't hear you. I can't hear anyhow. And then when somebody got that on, it makes it worse, yeah.
Is that okay if I take mine off now?
I don't care.
There was a non-county employee individual.
Mhm.
Yeah, we would.
Okay.
And it's just kind of like the same thing, we're
No.
following the same policies as the courthouse.
I actually had to go look up something in Lucas County, and theirs is under the auditor's office. Wood County's under the engineers. Henry County's under the engineers. GIS.
Well, you can also get through the auditor's
Yeah.
website.
Yeah.
But it's actually, it's the same database.
There it is.
So you can, from the the engineer's GIS, you can connect to the
Yeah.
auditors.
I showed my buddy Brian, I said, this is the way you look up, he goes, well, that woods over there is owned by them. I said, no, it's not. He goes, yeah, it is. I pull up the GIS, I go,
Which
no,
one is
it's not.
This one right here where I got my, way back here in the back, that's behind,
Go ahead and
Yeah, I'm
drill down.
I'm gonna drill down a little bit further. See, South Turkey Foot, that's 109, so that's, yeah, that's way back there, no man's land.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty nasty.
Yeah.
I was doing door to door.
Oh, you've been there already, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to make a trip back there this afternoon on the way home.
The way it's looking, I will be through Malina a number of times this afternoon.
Well, your plan, that's your plan?
Yeah, usually, stop somewhere there on South, or on North Turkey Foot and, call and find out, okay, now where am I really supposed to
Now,
go?
where am I going? Okay, there's a downtown here, so it's, okay, I know where it's at. Yeah, I know where it's at.
Downtown, wait a minute.
Right here's the downtown, the hardware.
There is a downtown, but what about, just don't sneeze, because you'll miss it.
The bar. What else is down, and I thought it was this place, I actually thought it was, yeah, this dump right here.
Well, and I thought it was on North yet, on
Maybe it is.
the one where it was the brick and,
Yeah. Oh, that looks like it, or is it that one? That's the one. That's the one right there, that's, okay. It's not, that's all right,
It
okay.
is 10:30, and we have Weller here, our maintenance supervisor, to talk about an Oakwood awning.
Yeah. Steve found leaks coming down between the awning and the building. And so I had Andrew come out, and he went along here, and it wasn't raining hard, and he found at least 10 leaks. That's without a driving rain and everything, along, and he gave me the quote and what he had found and what they plan to do. This does not include painting, but he also, I think the big part of it is, he's installing water diverters in front of every column,
So the water stops running onto the columns and they're deteriorating, they're falling apart, so he explains it all. Well, that didn't go far. But, I'm worried that if we don't do something with the awning, that we're going to start losing walls. It will start to look like Walmart over here, is what I'm worried about. The only two columns in this whole complex are the two new ones that they put in front of the Board of Elections, and that's because they fell down when they did the construction.
Yeah.
They had to rebuild the two in front of there. Bumped it with a skid loader,
Yeah.
and they collapsed.
That's not surprising. It's known that the standards in these complexes that
Yeah.
Walmart's property companies involved in are not built.
So,
These gets them through the 20 years that they want.
you're right, yeah, and then they'll be done.
And that's what this building was designed. This whole complex was designed to last that long, and then they move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's which they did.
Yeah.
What was in there before in that gap to keep it from leaking? I mean, did it just deteriorate, or there was nothing there?
There's nothing there.
Oh,
There's nothing there. Over each column, I mean, literally the roof just slopes down in front of the column, and it's like this, and there's a lip like this, but it just
Thank you, ma'am.
goes right back around and runs under the column. The worst one is down, between Buckeye and Activate. The roof changes there, and that one, and Andrew looked at that and he goes, they didn't finish the step flashing. It goes up the side, it comes down, and about 6 inches from the end, they stopped. So that one is just turning black from all the water running off of there, and he's gonna fix that also. But that, like I said, this doesn't include any painting, which the awning is gonna need it here pretty soon, because it's getting a little rusty. And, but that, I think, can wait for next year.
This would be, in my mind, this is emergency repair, not a capital project. And
Yeah.
it's something that needs to be done.
We need to do
Yeah.
that.
Did Andrew say when he could get in here and do it?
I think
Because it's gonna rain tomorrow.
He was at the courthouse this morning, I didn't ask him that.
So then there would be additional to paint it yet. Okay, while we're doing this, are we gonna fix this? We always have icicles on there, is there anything,
Well, he was, the diverters for the water will, stop that at the posts. He said there is a, what did he call it? But it's meant to go all the way across the roof, and it literally holds the snow there so it can melt off. But I don't know about icicles. To me, it would create more icicles than
I
anything.
think it would too.
I think that's why the concrete's so damaged, isn't it?
I think that was a really poor batch of concrete on top
It
of it.
was just poor concrete, poor. P-O-O-R, not P-O-U-R. Poor concrete.
It was a crappy concrete. It was a really poor pour.
It was.
So it was a bad batch.
It seems like in the last 25 years or 30 years, the quality of
Concrete.
of the cement that's going, doesn't seem to be as good as what it was. So we had, over at Archbold, when we would pour cement, it was amazing how quick it cracked. And even in our decorative sidewalk and stuff, we should, the way it was built, as thick as it's 3 feet deep, it was 4 feet, it's cracked. So it's environmental something or
Or what they're mixing in
or
with it.
whatever. Yeah. Hi, Michael. So I would there be a motion, just a simple motion, would there be a motion to accept this proposal, which would become a quote? Is this a do not exceed number, or it would be,
No, I think this is a do not exceed. I don't believe that, he foresees it going over.
Unless he paints it, it'll exceed it.
Yeah, if we painted it, because honestly, I wanted, the paint they use on the courthouse, that polyurethane paint, that's what I would want this painted with, so we don't have to do it for a very long time. That paint lasts.
The building there. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the building needs a coat of paint too.
It does, the health commissioner 2 years ago commented about that.
Yeah.
And he mentioned he was willing to pay for some of it, or pay for all of it. So I think that's,
Okay.
conversation
Yeah.
we need to have.
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause this is pretty much just addressing the awning, this isn't addressing the brick or anything behind it.
And I think if we do it, we also include, even though the Buckeye building, the paint isn't that old on it.
Well, the front-
The
The front didn't get painted.
That's right.
Just the side and the back.
That
Do it, so it looks the same, yeah. I think if we're gonna do something, let's fix it and fix it right away.
Right.
Now, this will be in sections, like, he will pay for his share, the health department, because he owns that building. What about community court, will they pay for their share?
They probably will pay for some of it.
Do we have to?
I don't remember what the agreement, no, that was the parking lot.
That was parking lot.
Yeah, we'll have to include the city, they will have to budget
Yeah.
for that,
So
so
we
this
should
would even be
2 years. It could be.
possibly, yeah.
But I would like to, when they're gonna paint it, I don't want them to just, down here at Walmart, they just slapped a coat of paint on it,
Yeah.
and, it's already come off. I want the cracks and everything filled, I would like to have everything caulked, I don't want it done.
So let's go back, then we'll pass this as an emergency right now, and then we'll turn around and have him give us a quote on the paintings, and then in the meantime, we can get a hold of the
Particularly
city.
paint, you would really want the roof painted. Is that?
I would like,
You would like to have the whole
thing done, but the awning is starting to show the rust. The building has cracks, so it's like 6 of one, half dozen the other. I don't know which should be done first. That's the thing.
Okay, well, let's go ahead with this, repair, of the leaks.
Yeah.
Because we know that will do the.
Yeah, but we don't want to take it out in the other LED light. That's what happened, is we got a leak coming down, and that's what took out the light in front of EOC. It got wet. LED lights should last for a very long time, and that one got wet.
Yeah.
All right, let's get this fixed first, and then we'll get a quote on the painting, and if we can do that this year, if he's got time, depending on how Mother Justice goes.
Okay, would there be, actually, let's do this by resolution, because we are signing an agreement.
Yeah.
So would there be a motion to accept the proposal from W.R. Myers Company Incorporated for $9,788.00 for leak repair out here at Oakwood Plaza, and deem that as emergency repairs?
I will make that motion.
I'll second it.
All right, is there any further discussion? Hearing no further discussion, proceed.
Jeff Myers.
Yes.
Bob Costa.
Yes.
Glenn Miller.
Yes. This resolution has been approved. Today's
The second.
Gosh, it just seems like the
I know.
the month is just flying by.
Yeah. The years, years half over.
I got even crazier here.
I don't even think about it.
You just gotta have a sense of humor.
You do, you gotta laugh about it.
While you're still here, just kidding. As far as the courthouse and the tower, we're waiting to hear from Andrew on a quote of what it's gonna take to bring Lady Justice down.
Yeah.
The whole project, up to Lady Justice, you can put a number to it.
Right.
Lady Justice could be a huge
And she's
wild card.
in need of some serious repair.
Yeah.
Because she's starting to lean even more.
We gotta get her off there.
Yeah, or she's gonna come down the hard way, and we can never replace her then.
We have not heard from Andrew.
He's supposed to get back with me this week.
He's left us, well, how much money would you like to spend? And no, we don't play that game, because all capital projects, until we understand how our finances and county finances are going to go. But this is also, in my mind, also an emergency. So I know we'll spend an extra $10,000 or whatever that price is, just to get the crane here.
Yeah, because he had Capital City, he was out there and he was looking at, I think that's who he's waiting on. Them to get him a price. See, their problem is where can they set up? What's the easiest point for them to go over the building to lift her off and bring her down? Is it on the north side or is it in the parking lot? You know, they can't block the street because that crane is gonna be a lot bigger than Perry Street. It's gonna take up, when he puts the outriggers out, he's gonna take up a lot of Perry Street. So we know that side's out. So, and there's no power lines between the sheriff's office and the courthouse. It's just the logistics, and I think that's what he's waiting on, is to hear from Capital City, the last I heard, to get him.
Well, he was gonna, that's good.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
He was up there.
let's get back to me this week.
At least we know.
Yeah.
Okay, what are we waiting on?
Yeah, and he was out on the roof yesterday doing measurements, I think, for them. He went out there yesterday, and then he went out today to try to fix the judge's leak again. Can't seem to find it. Ford. Right in her Zoom meetings, when she's in her Zoom meeting, tile just off to her right shoulder. There was no tile there for the longest time because it literally started to collapse, so we took it down. We were trying to find the leak. He thought he had it, so we put a new tile up, and it rained all weekend, and there was a leak there again. So it wasn't as bad. It's a slower leak. But where's it coming from? That's what he's trying to find. So he caulked everything today and recaulked everything he caulked before, trying to slow it and kill it.
Before we would probably say it's Katie's fault. Since she doesn't come to see us. Hey, Michael
And we are not gonna pick on him that bad. Maybe like next year will be your fault.
It'll start, you bet.
Once we get that down, before it gets, I know Andrew has talked about possibly W.R. Myers would rebuild, once it gets on the ground, we'll have a better idea.
Yeah, I know she's in rough shape because her arm, her arm sticks out. She's got birds. She had birds living in there. Till my falcon, till my hawk.
So once she's done, we're gonna regroup and see the amount it's gonna cost us to fix her, and then we'll make our decision on when we're gonna do that tower.
Because when, probably, we'll find out how long it will take, whether it's just fix Lady Justice. I have a feeling it's gonna be a rebuild.
Well, but she's made it the same thing as the points. All four points have like a weather vane on them with a spire, and one fell off. Well, they rebuilt that one.
We had it in here.
Yeah, so they've rebuilt two of those.
Yeah.
So what they've come up with is, I think they can, I'm really hoping they can actually save her, repair her, and then they fill her with foam. So she'll float. If she falls off, she actually comes down real slow.
If she fits the
river. So I'm hoping they can save it. I have one other thing. I got a call this morning from Jamie over at JFS. They're getting another vehicle. Okay. Right now they have them parked behind the building, the one parked behind the building. Jack Collins parks in our other spot. Dorothy went round and round and round. He doesn't own any of that parking back there. He owns 3 feet right out the back of the door. Dave Kretzer put it on the GIS, showed her what his property was. They went round and round and round. Connie, when she was in charge of the family, she went round and round and round with him because he would park their car in. They're going to need a parking spot unless we want to leave their car parked on the street all the time. And I don't think
right in front of his building.
Then he parks them in.
Huh?
He parks them in front of his building?
Yeah, right in front of his building. park this new car right in front of his building and say, if you don't want it sitting there 24 hours a day, then move your car out of the back, so we can put it back there.
I didn't think about that. Wow, that's a genius move, but I think it would be better coming from one of you guys than it would be coming from maintenance. We have a hatred for maintenance.
Well, during, one of our sessions,
Okay.
we can, give you a call.
Maybe give him a call and talk to him. I got nothing against him at all, I like the guy.
If we're not using it, somebody's going to.
Well, and now that we got.
Now that we need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can give him that option, we park it right in front of your building, but your customers will have to, you
I
know.
used to yell at John every time John parked there. You can't leave that parked there all day long. Because I won't, I'll move it at lunch.
When we do, and then we're gonna get a bid then from him to paint?
Yes, that'll be separate, yep.
When we do that bid, do we want to throw in this concrete over here right away too? Since we have a bid that the guy coming, yeah, he ain't showing up.
Have you called him lately or not?
No, I talked to him a year ago, and I talked to him last winter, and he said as soon as the snow stops flying, it's June.
Yeah.
We need to find somebody else.
He's my friend, but I can't help
We need to
it.
find anybody else. There's like Burke and some others that I've seen
Yeah.
working in town.
Yeah,
Get them-
It's gotta be done.
Find out.
In that parking spot.
Yeah.
that's,
It's, okay, I've been commissioner 7.5 years now.
yeah.
That was in the first year or two that sign got put over.
Well, no, this is the second one we ran over.
Okay. It seems like
It's time. It's time.
Yeah.
It's time.
Yeah.
We do have, it's a recommendation of, moving on to another subject, recommendation of the engineer's office of that, our back parking area. Just needs to be
Ground up.
ground up and repaved.
Yep.
I think they gave us a quote, was it $105,000?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like
So,
that.
yeah, I thought it was 110, but it's somewhere in that area.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's over 100,000. And because we talked about, well, they had, I saw, they had the Durapatch machine
Yeah,
back there.
they did, yep.
Last week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They filled in all of the kind of low spots and stuff, but.
Well, that'll last for a while then.
Well, that has, yeah, until we understand further where we are financially.
Yeah.
I don't know if we could push that in under COVID expenses.
I know, but those little stones are really doing a number on the epoxy floor at Buckeye Building.
Yeah.
It's a COVID expense, our health nurses park back there. Gotta be creative in this, yeah.
Anything else, Eric?
Just Christie's window. I have Rupert Rosebrook coming in this afternoon to look and put the Christie's window in.
Just let Ryan know if he sees anybody. that-
Yeah. All right. I did.
Yeah.
I told him before I came here when I was walking back in the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
He said, "Really? That's up here?"
Oh, would you see the inside of the Walmart store?
Well, I said the old Walmart store, if that wall ever gives out, Brent is gonna have a front row view of 24, because that's a single wall, they didn't double that wall, so.
Well, that wall supports they do have other supports for
Yes.
so the wall.
Yeah.
The wall theory.
That's something maybe we should look at first.
Not take the rest of the building with it, in theory.
Yeah, that was a joke, right?
No, Rupert Rosebrook's coming this afternoon. Do you want me to call Justin and tell him not to come?
Have Lindsay sign.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, thank you, Eric.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Eric.
The next item on the agenda is executive session for pending litigation with Assistant Prosecutor Michael Catterall. Would there be a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
I would second.
Okay, Christie?
Jeff Myers?
Yes.
Bob Hoffman?
Yes.
Yes, we are in executive session at 10:51 a.m. If there's anyone on the conference call, we're going to mute the phone until the executive session is over, and then we will unmute, but we do not anticipate any action after this executive session.